Magandang kamalayan sa inyo lahat at nandito na naman ang ating klase o ang ating class na tinatawag nating Kamalayan Learning Alternative Success System at ito ay isang sinasabing ito ay isang eskwelahan na kung saan tayo ay nagtuturo dito ng mga ilang mga subjects na kailangan natin sa mga panahon ngayon, lalo na during these pandemic times. So, dito natin nakikita ang mga panibagong kaalaman na kailangan nating matutunan. So, hindi niyo makukuha ito sa mga eskwelahan dahil sarado pa mga eskwelahan. At pangalawa, hindi ituturo ito sa eskwelahan dahil hindi nila alam itong mga bagay na ito. So, samahan lang ninyo ako. Ako po si Tatang Malay na makakasama ninyo hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Kung saan ay ito ay ating ginagawa every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday at 5 o'clock p.m. Itong tinatawag nating klase or class sa ating online Kamalayan Lifelong Learning Center. Okay. So bago yan, tayo ay nais munang bumati sa mga ilang manunood ngayon o nakikinig o nag-aaral dito sa ating ngayong klase. Si Sunny Azores na mula sa Bicol at si Glessy Mangao Hernandez. Glessy. At tayo ay mapalad na maka-broadcast ulit. O tawag dito, hindi naman to broadcast kasi ano ito wala tayo sa TV, wala tayo sa radyo. Ito ay nasa social media. So, kumbaga, parang podcast. Okay. I don't know kung yun ang tamang word nga, podcast. But anyway, so nandito tayo sa live streaming ng Facebook Live. At bago natin talakayin ang ating paksa ngayon, ang ating topic na pinagpapatuloy natin, we had started discussing the 20 qualities of a Kamalayan learner needed to survive these pandemic times. All right, this last Tuesday, we talked about already 2 qualities. We discussed 2 qualities. Actually, 3. Pero hindi natin natapos yung pangatlo. So, uulitin ko na lang yung pangatlo. So, bago yan, nais ko munang mawala. Yan, hindi tayo nawala sa ere. Okay. Pasensya na ninyo. Kung minsan, nagkakaroon ng fluctuation itong wifi natin. Alright, so, sabi ko nga, itong balita na nakuha natin ngayon, kanina, ngayong hapon, ay isang bagay na kailangan natin mapag-usapan din dahil may kinalaman din ako rito dahil ako ay nagtrabaho rin dati dito sa institusyon na ito. Wala akong ang aking tinutukoy rito ay ang ABS-CBN. At yun na nga, tuluyan ng hindi na binigyan ng prangkisa ng mga taga-Congress ang ating paboritong himpilan na ABS-CBN. Well, ako ay hindi magugulat dahil na-expect ko na talagang hindi nila ito aprobahan. Bakit? Hanggat ang ating sistema sa pagbibigay ng mga prangkisa sa ating mga television at saka radio stations ay may kinalaman ang mga politiko, walang mangyayaring, I would say, patas or fair game dito. Ano ibig ko sabihin? Halos lahat ng mga radyo at television nationwide, ang may nagmamayari dyan ay mga politiko or mga political dynasties for that matter. Hawak nila ang mga TV at radio stations sa kanilang mga probinsya. At itong ABS-CBN sa kanila ay threat. Ito ay isang kalaban, kakompetensya. At syempre, pagdating na eleksyon, gusto nilang mangibabaw yung kanilang mga kanya-kanyang himpilan, mga kanya-kanyang radio station o TV stations. Ang ABS is a giant among all of these stations. So, nationwide pa yan. Kaya, mabigat ang kalaban nila. Kaya, hanggat may paraan na para mapabagsak ang isang higante, eto na nga, inunahan na nila. Bago mag-eleksyon, pinatigil na nila ang ABS-CBN. Yun lang ang nakikita kong rason kung bakit hindi nabigyan ng prangkisa ang ABS-CBN. Lahat ng mga investigasyon nila, kung ano-ano yung mga tinignan nila, mga issues, wala yon. Ang gusto lang nila was to really remove ABS-CBN from the picture dahil threat yan sa kanila, political plans nila, political aims nila. I'd like to say hi to Heber Bartolome, who's watching also, and to Princess Miriam Kiram. Kamusta na, Princess? Alright, so ito nangyayari nga talaga ngayon. Although talagang nakita ko na naman na sabi ko, noon pa yan, mawawala na talaga ang mga himpilan na katulad ng ABS. Dahil nagbabago na tayo sa teknolohiya. Analog yan eh. Yung mga free broadcast niya na radio and TV stations. Analog yan. And we're becoming, nag-evolve na tayo into digital. And so, itong digital natin, hindi ako nagpupolitika, Miriam, Princess. I'm just explaining as to why these things are happening. No? Kasi may kinalaman ito sa communication. And somehow, ito yung aking point dyan. Noon pa, 20 years ago, I already predicted, sabi ko nga, lahat na ng radio and television stations, for that matter, mawawala. Not only because of technology in terms of analog to digital. Yes, I am neutral. Actually, I don't even have a side on this. Ang side ko lang is, I am telling people as to what is going on now. Yan. Kasi nga, ang nangyayari ngayon, akala nila, itong mga nangyayaring pinanghahawakan pa ng mga tao ngayon ay power pa yan nila. Pero sa totoo lang, kung titignan na natin na nangyayari ngayon, itong pandemic issue ngayon or itong virus, hindi ito just a plain I would say situation na kung saan ay tumigil ang lahat ng mga nangyayari sa ating ginagalawan ngayon. No? Worldwide ito. Tumigil lahat. And this is already something that we have to understand. There is already something beyond our way of thinking. Yung dati nating iniisip na, ay nako, nagbabago ang takbo ng panahon. So, yun dati. Wala na yung dati. Tapos na yan. And this is already the start of really that change. There is this change. There is a shift in consciousness. Kaya nga ang akin, katulad ng sabi ni Miriam, you're into spirituality. Actually, it's more of Kamalayan. Spiritual, yes, but Kamalayan. Change, there is already a shift in consciousness. Nagbabago na ang Kamalayan. Lalo na ng mundo. Nagbago ang Kamalayan ng Earth. Pahiwa, kumbaga parang ito na yung mga nakikita na nating opportunities to be able to adjust, to shift into that kind of life. This new world. There is a new world already. Tapos na itong excuse me. Ito nga nakikita nating pangyayari ngayon. Ang aking pinipilik, hindi lang ABS ang mawawala. Lahat yan mawawala. I am sure in just a few more months or years. Well, I have to mention it. Sabihin ko na, lahat yan. GMA, TV5, all the existing ones that we have now, mawawala yan. Okay, social media will be the one that will be in place. Internet, yan na yan. Mawawala na yung dating kwan. Kasi technology will be so advanced na mapapasay na talaga itong analog na tinalalagyan ng ng ngayon, ng GMA ngayon. Kasi ang naiwan na lang GMA, TV5, at saka iba pa, mga radio stations, wala na ng ABS. Lahat yan, digital na lang yan. So, nagbabago. Iyan lang naman sinasabi ko pagbabago. Hindi ko sinasabing mawawala ang mga stasyon na yan because they will just communication that I actually wrote in my book. It was even the title of my first book was what I call transformative communication. Alam niyo, napaka-negative na kasi ang lumalabas sa media natin. Wala tayong sasabihin isang media company lang yan. Lahat ng media companies, international and local, napaka-negative ang mga reporting na inaano nila, ginagawa. And somehow we have been affected by what they had done. Yung kabobroadcast sila ng mga negative messages, mga pangyayari, brought about this standstill, etong shutdown environment na natin. And so, eto na yun. Kailangan words for that matter. Kasi mga salita na binibigkas natin, akala natin walang dating yan, walang epekto sa tao. When in fact, our words have power. Kapag may binanggit ka salita dyan, kunyari, negative yan. O kaya, palagi mo sinasabi, nakapakahirap ang buhay. Araw-araw na lang sinasabi natin sa media, sa mga news natin na ang mga tao ay talagang naghihirapan na sa buhay nila, lahat yan, nag-struggle sila, nag-sacrifice sila. Communication, it's called transformative communication. And ito yung hindi ginagawa ng lahat ng mga estasyon. That's why ako, sabi ko, next time na kailangan baguhin na ang pamamaraan ng pagbigkas ng mga salita. Kasi napaka-importante na maging aware tayo kung ano yung mga sinasabi natin na mga negative na pananalita natin. Or, for that matter nga, sana ay balansehin natin na kung hindi natin mabalanse, sana mas lamang ang positive. Kaso nga, ang nangyayari, sobra na lang umiiral sa ating kaisipan, sa ating kultura, sa ating buhay. Yung opinion ng mga nasa media na kung saan na ito palagi sinasabi nila na eto may patayan na naman dito, eto may nagsaksakan na naman dito, may naglakawan na naman dito. Actually, hindi naman lahat yan araw-araw nangyayari. Kaya lang yan nare-report dahil nga bihira yan nangyayari. Kaya lang, kadalasan kasi, kaya nga nare-report madalas. Akala natin yun ang totoo. Akala natin yun yung umiiral talaga. Pero hindi eh. Kaya lang, nagkaroon ng ibang epekto eh. So, ayan, we have to believe that everything is pre-planned or most countries have entangled society, all right, because of great power and all kinds of negativity because of ignorance that we don't discuss the qualities we need to have to actually overcome this negative situation we're in now. Na kung saan ay talagang kailangan na natin ipairal na yung totoong dapat lumabas sa buhay natin. At ito nga, sabi ko nga, I have 20 qualities here that we have to now really embrace and learn. No? Kasi kung hindi natin matututunan to, sayang itong oportunidad na kung saan nagre-reboot na tayo ngayon, nagre-restart na tayo ng panibagong buhay, panibagong mundo. Kung yung nakagisnan pa rin natin, ibabalik natin, wala eh. Talagang hopeless na tayo. Pero hindi eh. Alam natin pwede. Kaya nga ako nananawagan sa aking mga kasama na naniniwala sa aking ginagawa rito sa Kamalayan, magkaisa na tayo. No? Hindi tayo pwedeng kanya-kanya. Magkaroon na tayo ng parang unawaan dito. At hindi ito magiging sa political lang. Hindi ito pwedeng masabing isa lang ang kayang ko. Lahat tayo dapat magkaisa. No? So, ito na yung kailangan natin gawin. So, sabi ko nga natin, ito, 2 days ago, last Tuesday, I already started talking about this qualities that we need to have. And kung hindi pa ninyo o hindi niyo na panood dyan, you can go back to my videos, no? Sa YouTube ako, Kamalayan, Tato Malay, Kamalayan channel. Nandun lahat ng mga videos kung mapapanood niyo yung nakaraang kong episode. Na kung saan tilalakay ko ito na yung first quality that we should have. Ang Kamalayan learner has a new vision of a new world. I will not talk about that anymore dahil napakahaba niyang pag-discuss natin last form. You can watch it in my video. Kamalayan learner is concerned with the inner self. A Kamalayan learner is concerned with the inner self. We have to know who we are. Ayan, sabi nga ni Princess, we are ignorant because we don't know who we are. Knowledge of oneself is the most important thing a Kamalayan learner has to learn. Ayan. Ito, binabasa ko ito sa aking libro, Lessons I Never Learned I Never Learned in School. Transformation can only happen through an understanding of how the mind, body, and spirit in one's life. One focuses on developing himself to be the best he can be. Without understanding oneself, how can one change himself? You cannot change yourself if you don't know what to change in you. So you have to know who you are. You have to know what is going on inside you. The inner self controls everything inside us. Or rather, the inner self controls everything outside. Everything that happens outside, the inner self actually is in control of that. Nagmumula yan sa kalooban natin. Hindi yan nagmumula sa labas at tayo ay naapektuhan. Baligtad eh. Ang tinuro sa atin is tayo ay naapektuhan ng mga bagay-bagay na nangyayari sa labas at tayo ay nagiging biktima. When in fact, baligtad eh. Tayo ang nag-create ng nangyayari sa ating mundo. Kung hindi maganda, dahil ito yung gusto natin pag-usapan dito. The consciousness, the inner self controls everything outside. Man attracts everything according to his consciousness. Man attracts and creates everything according to his consciousness. Hi, I'm an Idris. Kamusta ka na? And parang nawawala ako. Ayan. Anyway, so ayan ang aking I will now continue. Sabi nga natin, the consciousness of a person is the inner self which man has to develop. The power that moves the world is within. The power that moves the world is within. Kumbaga, kung ano yung nagpapatakbo ng mundo natin, yung power na yan, o yung kapangyarihan na yan, nasa kalooban natin. At ano yan? Ayan, pagpatuloy natin. Our world is created through our imagination, feelings, and thoughts. Kung anong laman ng ating imahinasyon, ang ating mga kaisipan, at ang ating mga nararamdaman, yan ang lumalabas sa ating realidad o sa ating mundo. Kanya-kanya tayo, iba-iba. Hindi tayo pare-pareho. Kaya we are creating different worlds. In every person, there is a different world. Kaya nga, the power that moves your world is inside you. Where are our thoughts focused on? Most of the time. Nasaan ba nakafocus ang ating kaisipan? If we dwell on negative thinking, we will move toward that direction of the negative thought and will manifest in the outside world negative manifestations. Yan ang sinasabi ko. Katulad nga sabi ko nga kanina, kung ang media, palagi ang binobroadcast nila sa news nila ay puro negative, ang mapupunta sa ating kaisipan at magmamanifest sa ating kamalayan ay puro hindi masarap o hindi maganda, hindi kanais-nais, napaka-negative. And so what happens? When we are dwelling on those negative situations that we see on TV, that we hear on radio, yan ay lalabas din sa ating buhay. in our personal lives. Hindi natin sasabihin na, ay, minamalas na naman ako, kaya nangyayari sa buhay ko itong mga ganitong hindi magagandang karanasan na nararanasan ko ngayon. Ikaw ang nag-create niyan through your negative thoughts, through your negative thinking. Saan galing ang negative thinking mo? Ayan, marami natin, pag-uusapan natin mamaya yan. Ayan, tuloy natin yan. What influences our thoughts? Ano ba nag-influence mga thoughts natin? Yung, basically, our habits. What brought about our habits? Our programming. What brought about our programming? Our beliefs. So, yan. Diyan natin nakikita ngayon kung saan nagbumula itong na mga bagay na kung saan ay hindi natin malaman kung ano bakit nagkakaganito ang buhay natin. Dahil hindi tayo aware na it was brought about by our habits, our programming, and our beliefs. Mga paniniwala natin. Yung programming natin na kung saan automatic tayo eh. Para tayong robot na hindi na tayo nag-iisip. Kumbaga, yan, balik tayo. Alright. So, the personality of a person is the outward manifestation of his programming, beliefs, habits, and behavior. So, kumbaga, yung sasabi ko rito, yung personality natin is formed by our beliefs, programming, habits, education. Ano pa, yung mga bagay na kung saan ay tayo ay nagkaroon na ng mga ano dito, mga palagi nating ginagawang automatic parang robot. Yan. Ako ay nagkakaroon ng isang kwan lang dito ha, kasi aking lang ginagawang ano muna dito. Alright, so yan. Sandali lang ha, pagbigyan niyo ako para lang tuloy-tuloy ang ating programa, kasi para bang ang nangyayari sa akin ay tumitigil yung video ko rito eh, kaya hindi ko alam kung totoong tumitigil ako, kaya kailangan ilagay ko sa ibang wall or page ang aking area in one's life of which many are not able to take control. Okay. Yun na nga, that's why nga many of us have attitude problems. Hindi natin nakokontrol yan. Yung attitude natin ay kumbaga parang nandyan siya. Hindi natin alam na may mali na pala dun sa ating attitude. So meron tayong magandang attitude na kung saan ay sana manatili, pero meron din tayo ng attitude problems na kung saan ay sana ma-correct natin. Okay. So, eto nga, they think this comes about in their lives while they are unaware of what is happening in their minds because they think they do not have a choice. Kasi akala natin, pag meron tayong ginagawa, akala natin wala na tayong ibang choice na pwede natin huwag gawin yung dapat natin gawin at the moment. Akala natin isa lang ang pwede natin magawang bagay. And in fact, we always have choices. And that is exactly what we have, free will. They just accept things as they come and are not able to discern at the moment whether to accept or reject them in their system. As a result, they are imprisoned by their habits and programming. Totoo yan. Ang ating pagkatao ay nakakulong sa ating programming at saka sa ating mga habits. Yung mga habit natin, basically, hindi natin maiwasan yan. Lalo na kung negative yung mga habits natin. Like, kunwari, smoking is a bad habit. Hindi natin matanggal-tanggal yan sa ating sistema. So, yan ang isang bagay na kailangan natin maintindihan. But again, as I've always mentioned, if we are aware of our habits, our programming, we can change them. So, dito natin dapat nakikita ang isang pagbabago sa buhay natin. And to continue, to change programming. Nakikita natin dito sa book ko, sa sinulat ko rito, one has to change one's beliefs. For a change to occur, a new belief has to set in. Okay, to change one belief, kailangan meron isang panibagong belief na ilalagay mo in place of doon sa gusto mong tanggalin. Okay, katulad ko, dati ang lakas ko magsigarilyo. I used to smoke 3 packs a day for 15 years. 3 packs a day is not a laughing matter. Grabe yan. Somehow, it affected my health. And when I was already really coughing in terms of parang, sobra na ako sa maninigarilyo, I decided to stop. But I couldn't. Kasi nga, habit eh. A habit is something that you cannot really just erase in your life. Parang yung alcohol. Kung manginginom ka, ang tao manginginom, hindi mo mapapatanggal sa kanya yung pag-iinom niya. O lalo na kung drug addict yan. Talagang hahanapin yan. So, how did I actually overcome my smoking habit? Sabi ko nga, you have to replace it. Ako, hindi ko ni-replace siya. But, ang tanong kasi dyan was, bakit ko ba gusto magsigarilyo? Kasi, masarap. Di ba? Masarap magsigarilyo eh. Sa totoo lang, enjoy yan. Lalo na pag ikaw ay pagkatapos mo kumain, pagkatapos mong uminom, ang sarap magsigarilyo. Ang tanong, kung talagang gusto mong palitan yung yan, hindi mo magagawang palitan yan dahil in your mind, masarap eh. Anong i-replace mo dyan na masarap din? Wala eh. Kaya ang hirap tanggalin ng pagsisigarilyo dahil sasabihin niya, ang sarap magsigarilyo. Pero eto na yun, paano ko na-overcome? Remember that time, kayo, kung sino man yung naninigarilyo sa inyo, I am sure, the first time you smoked a cigarette, sa unang hit-hit nyo ng sigarilyo, the first time, hindi masarap. Pangit ang lasa. Uubuhin ka pa nga eh. Sa totoo lang, yun na yun. Hindi masarap. Kaya lang nga, ginawa lang natin araw-araw na nilalagay natin sa bibig natin yung sigarilyo at ini-inhale natin yung smoke. Nakasanayan na natin. Na kung saan ay parang tinanggap na natin na, okay naman pala ito. Yan yun. Pero sa totoo lang, hindi masarap ang unang pag-hit-hit ng sigarilyo. Walang ano yan eh. Hindi naman talaga, yung lasa na. Wala naman lasa talaga yan eh. Mayroon lasa, hindi pa nga masarap talaga eh. So, yun ang ginawa kong paraan na para matigil ang pagsisigarilyo ko. Anong ibig sabihin? Iniisip ko na hindi masarap magsigarilyo. I tried to remember those times when I started smoking, when I was starting to smoke. Na kung saan, alam ko, pangit ang lasa ng sigarilyo. Kaya ngayon, nung ako ina-addict na nga sa sigarilyo at hindi ko matanggal, every time I would start lighting a cigarette, iniisip ko ngayon, hindi ko na itutuloy ito, pangit naman ang lasa nito. So, nagkaroon ng conditioning yung mind ko na pangit ang lasa ng sigarilyo. Until one day, I was able to stop my smoking. And then 2 days, 3 days, dahil lang iniisip ko, pangit ang lasa ng sigarilyo. So, nireplace ko yung thinking na masarap sa pangit. So, nung sinabi ko pangit, since then, up to now, I haven't puffed any cigarette. Not even one puff. So, natanggal ko siya. Ang dami kong sinubukan. Candy, yung bigla, yung sabi nga, cold turkey. or yun na nga, pakonti-konti, bawasan mo, wala, it won't work. Hanggang ang iniisip mo masarap magsigarilyo, it will not work. Pero pag isipin mo pangit ang lasa ng sigarilyo, yun. So I was able to change it. So this is how you change your habits, your attitude. You replace it with something better. All right. So to continue, to change programming, one has to change one's beliefs. For change to occur, a new belief has to set in. The old belief has to let go. Letting go is very hard to do, especially when one has lived with it for so long that it has already become a habit, which is exactly what I was saying kanina. Consciously thinking oftentimes of what has to change and supplanting it with something new is the key to transformation. The greatest transformation happens first within oneself. Yan. Okay, so that's how change really happens in us. So that's kamalayan. That's the third quality that I wanted you to learn. A Kamalayan learner is concerned with the inner self. You have to know who you are. You have to know your habits, your programming, your beliefs, lahat yan. And marami tayong beliefs. Kung talagang babalikan natin itong beliefs, that would entail one whole lecture on beliefs. Karamihan dyan may kinalaman sa ating kultura. We have accepted many of the things that we now believe in because of our culture. And not only culture, but our religion as well. So, nandyan lahat yan. Ano man yung mga negative beliefs, well, nandyan yan. Okay, sample na lang I will not anymore. I have lots of lectures already in the past. You can look for them in my other videos in my YouTube channel, no? Tato Malay Kamalayan channel. Alright, so ito nga. Ano ba yung mga paniniwala natin na kailangan natin palitan? What do we really have to now change in us? I actually gave this as a lecture already. Pero I will just to give you as example lang. Ito mga yan. Sige na, isa-isa natin to. I will not explain na lang, pero I will just enumerate many of them. I am not good enough. Yan, kadalasan sinasabi natin yan. I am not good enough. I am a sinner. Life is a constant struggle. Yan ang mga beliefs natin na ang buhay ay talagang mahirap. There's no justice in this country. You never really get what you want. Love hurts. Yan ang mga beliefs. Masakit magmahal. That is so unforgivable. Yan. No pain, no gain. Man is basically unworthy. Sex is dirty. Ay, ito. Anong belief na ito. Because this has really made us in some relationships really not I would say healthy, no? Because many of us, especially the women, as we were growing up, ang sinasabi palagi sa atin, marumi ang sex, masama ang sex. Now, when you grow up thinking that way, do you think just because you got married, everything will just change automatically? No. Kasi nakagisna mo na yan, nakalakihan mo na masama ang sex, marumi ang sex, hindi masarap ang sex, hindi maganda ang sex. So, nandyan lahat yan sa kaisipan mo, sa kamalayan mo. And so, sa araw ng kasal mo, ano nangyari? Takot ka. You have a lot of fears. And so on. So, those are just a few of those things that we have to change. No? I'm not going to enumerate because basically I took that up already in some other lecture, no? In my other videos. So you can just maybe go back to my other videos there. All right, so I am more concerned here dito sa ating ginagawa ngayon ay ating mga discuss ito, yung mga qualities we need. So, the quality that we need next is we have to be proactive. A Kamalayan learner is someone who is proactive. Ano ibig sabihin ng proactive? Okay. Kamalayan learners are leaders and they want to change the world for the better. Okay. Yan ang isang bagay na kailangan natin isipin. We want to change the world for the better, for better. They have a strong determination to achieve what seems to them is a life mission, a new world order. They have a powerful drive to change the world, to change what needs to be changed, not to just wait for things to happen. Hindi tayo naghihintay na lang na may mangyayari or may magbabago. Nakaupo, hindi tayo mag-iisip, maghihintay na nakaupo na lang tayo sa isang tabi na mangyayari itong mga gusto natin mangyari. This will not happen. We have to now make it happen. We have to be proactive. As visionaries, yung mga nakakakita ng mga mangyayari in the future. As visionaries, they are ahead of their time. As Kamalayan learners, we have already seen the future. That's why I'm talking this way, because I know the future is great. The future is beautiful. Nakita ko na ang isang magandang mundo na andyan dyan na. As a matter of fact, I'm already there already, living it. I'm happy. So, hindi na ako nagigimbal sa mga nangyayari ngayon. Because I have created a new world for me. And this is what I want to share with you, for you to be able to also produce this kind of a world in your life. Kasi ang world natin, kine-create natin kanya-kanya. Hindi ito yung kung baga para sa lahat. Hindi lahat makakasabay sa pagbabago. That's why itong mga nakakasabay sa akin ngayon, yung mga Kamalayan learners, are able to adjust already and form a new world for them. They are ahead of their time. They have already seen the future, and they know that the future is beautiful. This is the reason why they are proactive. They want to get things going and are somehow impatient with how things are at present. Oo nga, or we are kind of impatient, no? Nagmamadali na kami. Kaya lang, siyempre, hindi naman mangyayari kagad ito na mabilis. But we will never give up. Sabi ko sa libro ko, never giving up is a way of life for a Kamalayan learner. He has the willpower to win all his battles, although he would rather much prefer a win-win outcome. Being a negotiator is a distinct trait. What is good for him should also be shared with everyone. Hindi naman ito sinaswapang namin. Hindi ito para sa amin lang. We want to share this with everyone. That's why I'm talking this way, because I want to share what I know, what I have learned, what I can really create, not only for me but also for you. So sana ito ay maintindihan ninyo para hindi kayo nangangapa itong nangyayari ngayon sa ating mundo. Kasi nga everything already stopped for us. But we need now to reboot or to reset. Eto binibigay ko sa inyo mga qualities are the ones that you need now to reboot. Di ba, kumbaga, kung mag-start ka ng computer, kung magre-reboot ka ng computer, di ba, babalik yan sa lahat ng mga programs yan, babalik niya lahat, i-reboot niya lahat yan, para lang lumabas ulit doon sa computer. Ayan ang ating ginagawa ngayon. I am rebooting you with new qualities. Wala na yung nakaraan yung kinagisnan yung mga pag-iisip o kamalayan. So, dito na natin nakikita ngayon ang isang pagbabago. So, ayan. Ang isang bagay na kailangan nyo maintindihan. We are proactive. We will not just wait for things to happen. Huwag na natin hintayin na mawala ang pandemic. Hindi mawawala ang pandemic. If this virus actually becomes or rather vanishes or goes out of our life, from our life, there will be another one that will come. And if another one comes, ano ba kailangan natin gawin? We just have to be now able to protect ourselves from whatever. And we shouldn't be afraid because kaya natin to eh. It is not something now we should be afraid of. Alright, to continue. Since he does not run out of ideas, you know, a Kamalayan learner always we have ideas, new ideas. Since he does not run out of ideas, this learner just keeps on actively pursuing opportunities that could make things better. Kaya tayo talaga, hindi mawawalan ng mga panibagong mga kaisipan, mga ideas na pwede natin gamitin sa pangyayari ngayon, sa gusto natin mangyari. Hindi natin sasabihin na, ano na ang gagawin ko, hindi ko na alam. We always have to research. I have to ask ourselves also, our guides, or God for that matter, as to what to do. All right? He unravels new concepts that have never been tried. We are open to new things. Hindi pa natin nagagawa dati. We're open to experiment. Hindi tayo dapat matakot. Kasi yung iba ngayon natatakot na para wala silang ginagawa. Nakatayo na lang o nakaupo na lang sa bahay na naghihintay na lang ng masasabi nila na, oh, it's safe to come out. Wala nang ganun. It's always risky now. It's risky to come out, but we know that we can do something different, something that has never been done, and we can try it. He communicates new ideas that could elicit responses to start moving toward certain goals or directions that will bring about a heaven here on earth. We are creating a heaven here on earth. Or, kumbaga, ito na yan. We are already in heaven here on earth. Ang tanong dyan is, are you living in that heaven here on earth? Or for those who believe that we are children of God, all right? And we are living in the kingdom of God. Are you living now in the kingdom of God? Do you know how a kingdom looks like? Alam mo ba kung ano yung tsura ng isang kaharian? More so, kaharian ng Diyos. Kung ang kaharian ng isang hari, alam mo, marangya. Ano ang mas maganda? Di ba mas maganda ang kaharian ng Diyos? And we are already living in that kingdom of God, in that place called heaven on earth. Bakit hindi natin nakikita? Bakit hindi natin na-enjoy? Dahil hindi nga natin nakikita muna sa ating kalooban. We have to see it first inside us. That's why, sabi ko, ito nga, he communicates new ideas that could elicit responses to start moving toward certain goals or directions that will bring about a heaven on earth. Solving problems to achieve desired results is part of a Kamalayan learner's daily fare. He welcomes problems because he knows that there are available solutions. For him, for me, for you, a problem is not a problem if there is no solution. A plan or a project amounts to nothing if there will be no results or there will be no results from it. Mga plano natin, wala mangyayari kung wala mga resulta dyan. So, walang problema. Ang problema, hindi problema. Kung ang problema ay isang problema talaga at walang solusyon, hindi na natin dapat problemahin yan. Kung walang solusyon, wala tayong magagawa dyan. So, yan ang isang bagay na kailangan natin maintindihan. So, Angie Del Rosario, hello. Red Tumamak Jr. was watching. Christopher Manara. And, sino pa? Si Ayman. Nandiyan ka pa ba, Ayman? Papa Pat. And Charmy Rose Soriano. And Emmy Domingo is watching sa Kamalayan Feel Good with Tato. Alright. And another one. Sino ito? Another one ito kaya. Alright. Oh, si Isabel Miraflor is also watching. Okay, good. Thank you for watching. Alright. So, tuloy-tuloy tayo. So, 5 na yan. Sorry, 4 na yan. Pag-usapan natin. Maydel, Hasegawa, Faustino, Reyes, Maydel. Alright. So, tuloy tayo. Number 5 na quality na kailangan natin magkaroon. Kung kayo ay nanonood ng Itbulaga, alam nyo ito. Bawal judgmental. A Kamalayan learner is not judgmental. Alright? Kamalayan learners are open-minded, believes in the free will of people, and accept them for what they are. Okay? We are open-minded, believes in the free will of people. So, paniniwala na yan. Kagustuhan niya yan. So, walang problema. Tatanggapin ko yan. We accept them for what they are. We are not judgmental. They believe that people can become who they are, who they want to be, and do what they want to do. Hindi nga tayo kasi judgmental. They do not condemn because they see only the potential and the possibilities that can unfold through them. This is a very important quality that we should have in these times. We cannot afford to be judgmental. All right? So, we have to let go of our prejudices. Kaya nga ito nagkakagulo sa US because racial discrimination and all these things. The moment one judges another, one reveals his own equivalent negative trait or attitude. Kumbaga, kung ano nakikita mo sa kapwa mo na hindi maganda at hinusgahan mo yan. Hinusgahan mo. Tama ba? Hinusgahan mo. Ang hinusgahan mo sarili mo. Kasi yung trait na yun o yung katangian na yun na hindi maganda na nakita mo sa kapwa mo, ikaw rin yun eh. Hindi mo makikita ang isang bagay na wala sa iyo. Kaya nga, kung ikaw ay nayayabagan sa mga kaibigan mo, sa mga nakikita mong mga taong nakapaligid sa iyo, dahil yan, ikaw ay mayabang din. Kung hindi ka mayabang, hindi mo mapapansin yan. At kung mapapansin mo man, hindi ka maapektuhan. Naapektuhan ka dahil mayabang ka rin. Pero kung nakita mo ang kayabangan niya, hindi ka naapektuhan dahil hindi ka mayabang. Yan ang dapat matutunan natin. Lahat ng mga bagay na ayaw natin, na nakikita natin sa ibang tao, yun ay dulot ng tayo rin kasi yun. Kaya kailangan baguhin natin ang sarili natin muna. Wala tayong babaguhin ibang tao. We cannot judge other people because other people are just reminders of who we are. Yan yung isang kailangan natin na natututunan ngayon, maintindihan na lahat ng nakikita natin dyan, wala tayong judgment. Kung maganda yan, dahil maraming maganda sa kalooban natin. Kung maraming pangit tayo nakikita, dahil marami tayong pangit na nasa kalooban natin. Okay? So, yan ang isang bagay na kailangan nating maintindihan. Everything that we see in others, whether positive or negative, is also inside us. Yan, sabi ko nga sa sinulat ko. When we accuse another of being a liar, a cheat, a thief, or stupid, we also announce that we are also a cheat, a liar, a thief, and stupid. That is why a Kamalayan learner always tries to point out mostly the positive, and when he sees the negative, he is reminded of what he still has to change inside him. Kaya ako, kung gusto ko malaman kung ano yung pagkatao ng isang tao, pinapakinggan ko lang kung ano yung mga nireklamo niya. Kung nakikita ko yung mga sinasabi niya, mga ayaw niya sa kapwa, yung mga nakikita niya kaya lalo na, yung mga nagrereklamo against the government, nagrereklamo against whatever is going on around him. Doon ko nakikita ang personality ng isang tao. I'm not judging the person, but somehow, it gives me already an inkling as to how that person is like. And so ako, nakita ko na, nabasa ko na kagad siya. And I don't have to even ask him kung ano ang personality niya. Nakita ko na eh. Yun na yun eh. Kung gusto niyo malaman niya, ito na yan. Okay. Sige, tuloy ko muna itong judgmental na ito. Saan na ba ako? Judging others is another way of saying one is better than the other. Okay. When one realizes that he only sees the negative in his situation and in people, he has to check out and analyze a lot of things in his own belief system. So sa atin nagsisimula lahat yung mga nakikita natin mga bagay na napupunan natin sa labas. Kung ayaw natin, nakikita natin dyan, hindi natin kailangan baguhin na sa labas. Kailangan natin isipin ano yung mga bagay na kailangan natin baguhin sa sarili natin dahil nasa sa atin kasi yun eh. Wala sa labas eh. Nakita lang natin sa labas dahil nasa sa loob natin yan. Yan ang hindi naintindihan ng karamihan eh. Akala nila, they have to change other people because basically yung ibang tao masama, ibang tao hindi magaling or hindi katulad nila. When in fact, the only person they have to change is themselves. Yan ang, kaya nga, ito nga sabi ko, magbabago talaga lahat ang media, the way they would report, because basically, they will now see the kind of things that they say are just reflective of them. Yung mga nagre-reklamo na ini-interview sa TV na kung sino-sino yung mga kaaway nila o yung gumawa ng mga kaapihan, yung pag-aapi sa kanila, naging biktima sila. Alright, ako ay nakikiramay sa yung mga nakikita natin para bang victims. No? But basically, they brought it upon themselves. Sila ang nag-attract sa buhay nila ng mga bagay na nangyayari sa kanila. They created all the circumstances in their life that would bring about all those things that they are complaining about. Kaya ang mga taong mareklamo, basically, wala sila nakikita maganda sa buhay nila, sa sarili nila. Kaya lahat ng nakikita nila sa labas, wala sila makita maganda. Yan ang isang bagay na kailangan natin matutunan. We should not be judgmental. That's one quality that we have to acquire. Any kind of prejudice is a form of violence. Yan. Kailangan maintindihan yan. Any kind of prejudice can be a form of violence. The concept of separation has brought this to a level that our society has accepted as part of human nature. Tinanggap natin. Para bang sinasabi natin, it is okay to kill those outside of our group because we do not believe in the same things and therefore they do not belong to us. Kailangan natin patayin yung mga yan dahil hindi natin sila kapareho. Yan ang naririnig natin. That is what we hear most of the time from terrorists, religious groups, countries, fraternities, and elitists. This is where humanity's belief system has brought us. Yan. Kaya, kapag tayo ay mapaghusga at sinasabi natin, iba kami sa inyo, that means there is something that we have to correct in us. Because we are judging. We are judging not outside us, but we are judging ourselves for that matter. As long as people think that we should live separate from each other because we do not believe in the same things about religion, culture, or lifestyle, we will never achieve oneness in this lifetime. Yan. Kailangan yung maintindihan. Muna ako ng konting tubig. Again, ulitin ko yung sinulat ko sa libro ko. As long as people think that we should live separate from each other because we do not believe in the same things about religion, culture, or lifestyle, we will never achieve oneness in this lifetime. Kapag sinabi mo na iba kayo sa amin, hindi kayo dapat makihalubilo o hindi kami dapat makihalubilo sa inyo dahil walang kwenta kayo. Magkaiba ang ating mga pananaw. Pag ganyan ang ating pananaw, ang ating pag-iisip, we will never achieve oneness in this lifetime. Love has not yet been understood to mean oneness. Yes, we talk about love, but we don't associate it with oneness. It is about time, according to my book, it is about time that the universal meaning of love and forgiveness be communicated resoundingly to every individual all over the world. Yan. So, again, we have to erase that notion of being judgmental. Okay. Love has yet to be understood to mean oneness. Alright. So, may time pa tayo. Isa na lang. Para tayo makaabot sa number 6. Imagine. 20 qualities itong dinidescribe ko sa inyo. Itong 20 qualities na tinuturo ko. Hindi natin pwedeng madaliin ito kasi kailangan anuhin natin ito, isa-isahin natin ito na para ma-address natin yung mga issues natin sa kalooban natin. Kasi hindi natin mailalagay ng maayos sa kamalayan natin ito kung hindi natin maintindihan ang nangyayari sa atin. Alright, number 6 quality is this. And this is, wow, one of the most important things in what I teach in Kamalayan. A Kamalayan learner understands the principles of being human and divine. I repeat, a Kamalayan learner understands the principles of being human and divine. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Awareness of universal laws enables one to enjoy a life of harmony, love, peace, abundance, intelligence, wisdom, beauty, good health, and joy. A combined spiritual and metaphysical awareness of the principles guides us in reinventing and transforming our world. Okay, ano ibig sabihin ito? Una-una, kailangan natin maintindihan that we are really not just human beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And we are governed by universal laws and principles. Yes, we were taught the 10 Commandments. But aside from the 10 Commandments, ang hindi tinuro sa atin are universal laws and principles that are in place. That's why, kapag hindi natin naintindihan itong mga bagay na ito, hindi tayo umuunlad sa buhay natin. Dahil karamihan ng tinuro ni Jesus sa atin are universal laws and principles. Pero akala natin, nagagawa lang niya yon dahil Diyos siya. Yun ang paniniwala ng karamihan. Na kaya lang niya nagagawa yon ay dahil Diyos siya. Samantala, tinuro nga sa atin ang mga bagay na ito, ang mga principles na ito, mga universal laws na ito, para magawa rin natin. Tapos sasabihin natin, hindi natin kayang gawin dahil hindi tayo katulad ni Jesus. Samantala, tinuro nga niya sa atin. Ano-ano yung mga principles? Hindi ba? What you, sabi nga ask and you shall receive. Ano yung principle na yun? Kawan yan kailangan natin maintindihan ito kasi ito ang sekreto kung bakit tayo hindi umuunlad sa ating buhay, hindi tayo yumayaman, hindi umaasenso, because most of the things that we want, we have not gotten them. Why? Because everything or most of the things we have asked, we haven't received. Alright, pero sa totoo lang, ito nga, ang pagbasa mo ng sinabi ni Jesus doon, straight to the point. Ask and you shall receive. Walang sinabi doon na ask, work hard, and you shall receive. Hindi sinabi sa Biblia na ask, work hard, and maybe in the future, if you are good, you will receive. Hindi. Wala namang kondisyon. Nung sinabing ask and you shall receive, it's very simple. Ask and you shall receive. Paano yun? Bakit hindi na kukuha natin yung gusto natin? Kasi nga, we don't know how to ask. Alright. When you actually are given this principle already, you have to believe that it's true. Tanggapin mo muna na totoo yan. Kasi pag hindi ka naniniwala dyan, hindi mo makukuha nga talaga ng tama. O hindi mo makukuha yung gusto mo. Kaya ngayon sinasabi nga natin na, naku, nagluluhod naman akong, naglalakad naman ako paluhod papunta sa altar para lang madasal ko yung makuha ko yung dinadasal ko. And somehow parang, this is not working, this is not going to work for you. Why? Because you are going against that principle that Jesus taught. Ask and you shall receive. Wala naman sinabi doon na ask and then magluhod ka para lang makuha mo yung gusto mo. No offense meant to sa mga naniniwala. But again, let's be straight with all these teachings of Jesus. Ask and you shall receive. Simple bagay. Ask and you shall receive. So, mag-a-ask lang pala ako and I will already be receiving. Yes. But, you have to work through universal laws and principles. Na tinuturo naman ni Jesus yan. And this is a universal law and principle. So, if you are going to ask, sabi nga, it is given already. Ask and it is given unto you. Yun ang exact words. Every time you ask, it is given. So, ang tanong dyan is, if you are already given, or if you were already given that, ano ang pakiramdam mo? Di ba masaya ka na? Kasi nga, yun sinabi, ask and it is given. So, ang totoong pamamaraan dyan, para maintindihan natin at magawa natin tama yan, is magpasalamat na kaagad tayo. Kasi it's given already pala eh. Everything that we ask for, God gives it to us. Ask and it is given. Whatever that is. Makasama man niya sa iyo o hindi, it is going to be given to you because you asked for it. You have that privilege. We were given that free will. And that basic principle that ask and it is given, simple. Ask and it is given. Or how come you don't receive it? Una-una, pag ikaw, humingi ka ng isang bagay, at binigay na nga, and it is given, automatic kahit na wala pa dyan, alam mo darating na yan, alam mo parating na, how would you feel? Hindi ba dapat maging masaya ka? Hindi ba dapat maging excited ka? And so this is something that many of us don't feel. Lord, bakit wala pa? Tagal na. Tagal ko hinihintay. Bakit hindi dumarating? So, ganun tayo eh. Hindi tayo naniniwala doon sa sinabi na ask and it is given. Ask and you shall receive. At dapat, nagpasalamat na kaagad tayo. God, thank you. I am already receiving it. I have already accepted it. Alam ko, andyan na yan. So, hintayin ko na lang yan. Kung wala pa talaga, hindi ko na. Pero nandiyan na siya, darating. Hindi yung gagawa ka pa ng kung ano mga pamamaraan na parang sasabihin mo lang na, ay, na ako eh, kadalasan, dasal na ako ng ilang beses, nagsindi ako ng ilang kandila, Well, kung naniniwala ka sa gano'n, siguro, pwede naman. Kaya lang, tatagal. Eto, automatic eh. Ask and it's given. Alright, so let's continue. Ay, naku, ubos na oras natin. Siguro, we will continue discussing this on Sunday, no? Itong quality number 6. Kamalayan learner understands the principles of being human and divine. Kasi mahaba ito, and I don't think I can discuss this up to the time we're supposed to end. Kasi I don't want to have a long program every time. Kumbaga, sa isang klase, tapos na, time na, nag-ring na yung bell. So, for that, I'd like to say thank you to all those who participated in our class today. Arish Ann Santos, maraming salamat. Again, si Jeline San Juan, my former student. Maydel Hasegawa, estudyante ko dito dati. Faustino. Charmy Rose Soriano. Okay, so to all of you, maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik ng ating Kamalayan lifelong learning class. Ito ay ating ginagawa every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. So, ang tabayanan po ninyo ang ating karugtong nito, 20 qualities that we're discussing that are needed for this pandemic times. Nasa pang-anim pa lang tayo. So with that, ito po si Tato Mare, nagsasabi sa inyong lahat, isang magandang kamalayan sa inyong lahat.